We wanted to talk to some of the rally goers here at the Ted Cruz event. You're a first-time voter. Tell us your name and why you're here today.
My name is Kelsey, and I'm here to learn more about who I'm voting for next year.
What did you learn tonight?
I learned a lot about our country and what I wanted to do later in life.
What do you think about Senator Ted Cruz?
He's really nice, and he's funny, and he's in it for what's best for the people.
Now, you're not able to vote yet, but you came with your sister. Why?
Because I want to see what he has to do for our country.
What did you learn?
That he wants to destroy ISIS.
Would you vote for him if you were 18?
I will in his second term.
Thank you very much. We're going to make our way down here with some of the Ted Cruz supporters. Tell me your name, why you came today, and what you took away from this event with Senator Cruz.
My name is Tom McFadden from Williamsburg, Virginia. My wife Nancy, we both came today because we really believe that the last hope for us and for our children and grandchildren is Ted Cruz. He's a selfless person. I believe he's doing this from his heart, more so than politics.
And we need to take our country back.
And we need to be winners.
When you say that, Nancy, take our country back, what do you mean? What's wrong with our country today, and why do you think a Ted Cruz could change the country?
I think he's a very intelligent man, and I think he knows what's going on behind the scenes better than the American people does. And we don't need a president like Obama no more. He's ruined our country. He's ruined Christmas. He's let the Muslims in. We can't say that word. We've got to be ashamed of everything. And we're not ashamed people. We're proud people. And we're going to take our country back. So watch out, Obama. We're coming.
How has he ruined Christmas? How has he ruined America?
He's scared the little children. They're not allowed to have Santa Claus in the schools where, you know, it might offend the Muslims. Well, what about them offending us? You know, it works both ways.
Political correctness has just gone completely out of control. I mean, it's totally out of control. The smallest minorities in this country are ruling what takes place. And the quiet majority folks like ourselves, and probably you also, are just voiceless. And that has to stop.
And Ted's the man to make it change.
Thank you both very much. Some more participants here at this rally. Why did you come out today, and what did you learn from the Ted Cruz remarks?
Well, we're really enthused with Ted and the things we've seen in the debates. And we like what he's saying as far as what he can do for taxes and small businesses and that kind of thing. So that and immigration. So we're really enthused with Ted.
Can Ted Cruz win the Virginia primary, and can he win the nomination?
Well, we think so. We really do. We helped Dave Bratt. We spent a lot of doors. We knocked on hundreds and hundreds of doors for Dave. And so it's not our real first rodeo. So we're really enthused about Ted, and we think we can help him push him along.
What did you learn from that campaign? Congressman Bratt was on our program earlier this week, the Washington Journal. When did you sense that he was going to defeat the House Republican leader Eric Cantor?
Well, at the Republican delegation, when we actually defeated Cantor at the vote, when we voted to have Dave in lieu of him for the Republican nomination. That's when we knew he had it. But when you talk to Dave, you know how sharp he is. So that's a big item, and it was easy to get a lot of people on board for him. And we liked what Dave's position was on immigration as well as smaller government. So that Dave's just a sharp economic professor, and we're small business people. We know where that comes from. So the regulations that affect us.
Let me move down here because it's now getting into the dinner hour. This is a rally that was supposed to happen mid-morning. You're still here now. Why did you come?
Well, I wanted to learn more about Ted. I kind of was on the fence about who I was going to go for. And probably whoever had an R in front of their name I probably would go for, but I was thoroughly impressed with Ted. I think, like Paul was saying about Dave Bratt, they're very similar in their conservative ideas. I think I'm a businessman. I'm also a director of a small bank, and he didn't mention Dodd-Frank, but that's just we're just strangled in regulation, and it's killing small business. It's hurting the economy. You're probably sitting in one of the most conservative areas of the country, Hanover County, and so Dave carried Hanover really big time. Of course, we had supported Cantor for years, but Eric just got kind of kind of out there, wasn't joined in with what was going on in his own district. And Dave came in, and right up until that night, till finally on Hannity when he came on there, he kind of we took it to him. It would have, I think, if the party hadn't have done some other things in the rest of the country, that there'd been more conservatives elected, particularly what happened down in Mississippi. So I think the movement is afoot, and probably showing with Trump. He's got, between him and Carson, they got 50, 60, 70% of the vote. So there's a movement going on, and people are just sick of Washington, D.C.
Thank you both for staying with us. I'm going to move over here and talk to some more participants at this rally. Why did you come today, and was there one thing from Senator Cruz's speech that stands out?
I really don't know how to answer that.
What did you think about the event itself?
Fantastic. Gee, we started. We knew Dave Bratt before Dave even wanted to run, and when he agreed to run, I promised him that I would give him 24/7 for the rest of my life. And Ted Cruz, those two guys are two of a kind. They come along once in a lifetime, and Ted Cruz he's another Dave Bratt, and we need them, and I will work till the day I die for both of those guys.
Thank you both for talking with us. I'm going to move back here with another. Are you a Ted Cruz supporter?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Well, every 4 generations, America goes through a crisis era, and here we are again, and we need and we always have a warrior priest type character, a man of godly character who is also warlike. And we had that with George Washington. We had that 4 generations later with Abraham Lincoln. We had that 4 generations later in FDR. And here we are now. We're 4 generations later, and again, we're in the winter of that repeating cycle. And in order to get to the springtime, we need a priest warrior. And the reason Trump is up there is because he's the warrior and people are forgetting about the priest. And the reason Ted Cruz is surging is because Ted Cruz has both sides of that equation. Ted Cruz is the warrior priest, but the Christian side has so many choices. You have Dr. Carson, you have Huckabee, you have Santorum, you have a lot of good, strong Christians, and as more Christians drop out, that Christian conservative constitutional support is going to coalesce around future President Cruz, I hope.
But can he thread the coalition to win if he's the nominee and defeat the Democrats to get to 270 electoral votes?
This is a Christian nation regardless. It's a 70% center-right nation. The Democrats have been outthinking Republicans and conservatives, but Ted Cruz is one of the smartest Republicans we've had in quite a while. He is the complete package.
And your name, sir, and where are you from?
Craig Johnson from Richmond.
Thank you very much. And just one other group over here, some younger voters, potential voters. Why did you come out today? Are you supporting Ted Cruz? What's your takeaway from his speech?
Yes, sir. I am taking away mainly the military with the ISIS, and I am a new Marine that just got back from boot camp, and I personally am gung-ho for everything that he supports, with everything from ISIS to Planned Parenthood abolish to everything that he's supporting. I completely support the man.
Good luck to you in the Marines. Let me talk about you. Why did you come here? What's your name? What's your name, by the way?
Gabriel Seth Hawkins, sir.
And where are you from?
I am from Richmond, Virginia, sir.
And we'll move down here. Your name, sir, and where are you from?
David Sloan. I'm from Virginia. I live in Richmond now, but originally from Northern Virginia, but left there for a reason.
Because?
It's a horrible place traffic-wise. It's too expensive to live.
And what do you think about Ted Cruz?
I think Ted Cruz is great. He's the closest thing we've seen to Reagan in a long time, and our country needs recovering from 8 years of a failed president, and somebody has to come in and do the cleanup. And Ted Cruz, I believe, is the one who can clean up Obama's mess.
You're smiling over here. What is your name and why are you smiling?
My name's Christian Denmark, and I completely agree with what he's saying. I think Obama's failed presidency, and I think we need somebody like Ted Cruz who's going to stand for what he believes and what against the establishment and believing and standing up for what he thinks. So.
Okay, we have two more people who've been very patient. Want to ask? Don't shake your head. I want to ask you two. What was your takeaway from Senator Cruz's speech today, and why did you come? What's your name, by the way?
My name is Rachel Allgood. I enjoyed listening to him. We all need a change in Washington, and it seems like he's there to do that.
Do you think Ted Cruz can win the nomination?
I think so. We'll have to see in another 6 months, I guess.
Are there other candidates who you like?
Well, we kind of like Trump also. I think Cruz, Trump ticket would be good.
Why do you like Donald Trump?
Oh, because he stands up and says it like it is, and what most Americans would like to hear and would like to have the courage to say it themselves.